Well, people, I've got to say, right? Johannes Grenzfurthner gave us something really different and original with Masking Threshold. And yo, my man has done it again. He's done it again with his new piece called Razzennest. Right? This film is, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It is straight crazy, which is so good, right? It is extremely interesting the way all of this just, oh man, just comes together, right? It's, and I honestly say it's something I've not seen before, right? So Johannes, he writes and directs. It is produced by we have Gunther Fresinger, Julian Gabart, Johannes, Jasmine Hagendorfer, executive, just associate produced by David Fine, Vad Guzman, Michael McEnroe, Antonio Rosa Lobo, Matthias Roda, Cedar Roda, and Robert Stachel. Music is from Alec Empire. Cinematography is Florian Hofer, Feline Hoffman, and Ronald von den Sturmen. Johannes handles the editing. Jasmine Hagendorfer is the assistant director as well. Man, our cast, it's a small cast, right? We've got Babette Cruickshank is voiced by Sophie Kathleen Kozeluh. Manus Oosthuizen is voiced by Michael Smulik, right? Ellen Zampaloni is voiced by Anne Wiener. Hetty Friesenbichler is Ronald Gratzer. Pat Kirkpatrick is voiced by Jim Libby. Bob is voiced by Rob Rose. And Joe Dante, well, Joe Dante is Joe Dante, right? Now, the gist of the flick is this. South African enfant, terrible filmmaker and artiste-cineaste Manus Oosthuizen meets with Rotten Tomatoes approved indie film critic Babette Cruickshank in an Echo Park sound studio, with key members of Manus's crew joining. They record an audio commentary track for his new elegiac feature documentary, Razzennest. But the session goes down a different path, the ultimate elevation of art house horror, just not as you might expect. Bum, bum, bum. And yeah. People, this is like, I just had no clue what to expect. But again, AJ Furman, she hits me up, right? She is the person that introduced me to Johannes all the time back when we looked at Manifest Threshold, and that was a trip, right? That was a trip in itself. And that's crazy. That was just November last year, November 2021. It feels, boy, it feels a lot, well, like it was ages ago, right? It feels like it was at least 2020, but no. So, when she comes, I've got to check it. And after, having a great conversation with Johannes the first time, and really enjoying Threshold, I had to give this a look. So I had no clue. I had no clue what to expect, right? And so initially we have all these images, right? A load of it. There's Christian iconology, a lot of crosses and Christ on crosses and all of that kind of stuff. And then we've got landscapes, right? But not not necessarily your Lake Windermere landscapes, right? We have got dead trees, murky forest holes, and things like that. But the crazy thing is, when you look at the imagery, there is this, there is this like beauty to it, right? Because when you see something derelict in the middle of an empty field, maybe a cloth over it, right? There's something about that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, right? And just the way nature is evolving, or dying, right? We get to see all of this. And the imagery doesn't necessarily always fit with what is being said, but oftentimes, it does, right? And so, there's this weird symmetry to everything that we're watching, right? Now, on the flip, right, it is amusing, amusing, right? I should learn how to speak. It's amusing because, we have this film director who is just, I'm all about the arts. I don't care about awards. And we've got this critic. And the thing that I really smiled about, right? Because the amount of times, you can watch something, right? Sometimes it's in art galleries, right? As well, where you have people looking at art or coming out after a film and going, oh, I obviously they were trying to say this, and because that's why this happened, or blah blah blah. When, right? Sometimes I've been talking with the director, right? Sometimes I've heard another interview, and they've said what the film was, what they were trying to do, and this person is trying to put this new profoundness on top of it all, and it's not the case, right? So you have this reviewer doing that, and then the director shooting her down, right? And so it's this whole, we got this separate kind of drama taking place, right? It's meant to be this commentary track, this interview about the work. Then it just goes in this completely different direction, which is amusing as hell. Then we go straight horror, right? Straight horror, and it is people, it's a trip. This is a trip. Man, I gotta say, it is so original in what's being done that I think everyone should definitely take a look, right? It really kind of just the way it's filmed, it reminds me of my friend Matt Holmes' work, right? If you ever seen Matt's work, it's a lot of crazy imagery at times, but it's tied together with sometimes it's lyrics from a song, sometimes it's poetry, sometimes it's his ramblings, right? And this it feels very similar to that, right? Just really engaging. And we've got like the voice cast really do a fantastic job, because we have these really stunning visuals, right? But on their own, they are not going to keep you engaged necessarily for an hour and a half, right? So you need this story, right? You need these actors to really just sell it. And god damn, they really sell it. They really sell it. This is, it's crazy. Right? If you enjoyed Masking Threshold, people, Johannes does not let us down with this new joint. Trust me. So I believe it's out on the festival circuit right now. So if you get the opportunity, I highly, highly recommend you checking out a Razzennest, because people, you won't have seen anything like it. It's a trip, but it is fun as hell. It is fun as hell, people. So go check it out, right? Go check it out.